To not be able to communicate was so frustrating for him.
When I was a kid, if you had these kinds of developmental issues, you sometimes got put off in the corner. You got labeled. And many times you didn't get any real help that was going to work.
We met with the people of the parish school and met with Margaret, and it was very calming and reassuring, and they had an incredible expertise in this field, and they showed us that there was a path for Hudson.
It has been a fabulous first 30 years. We have truly grown up, and we are attaining our dreams and goals. We have a quality, language-based program for early intervention. It's on an incredible camp-like setting. We've expanded our services. We have quality, multidisciplinary professionals providing our services, and we have kids learning and succeeding every single day.
After finding out about the parish school, we got Jeff here within a few days, and they were able to enroll him, and he started here at a little over 2 years old.
Dean was 3 years old when we first heard about the parish school, after we had determined that he had some learning issues.
I have been connected with Parish School since the doors opened for the very first summer camp. I started out as a kindergarten teacher and have done a variety of jobs, from kindergarten teacher to academic coordinator, and now as head of school.
So I finished my internship in Rochester, New York, and then I looked on the Music Therapy Association website, and I found the Parish School as a school intervention for children with language and learning differences. And so I applied, I got the job, I moved a month later, came to Houston in hot weather, and I'm so excited to be here.
One of the best things about the school is, well, for our son, is he never knew he was any different from any other kid.
So we came and checked it out, and it was pretty much love at first sight. We knew it was the right place to go from very early on.
Just to get to see him come out of his shell and be able to express things to people and be able to sing and be able to jump out of the car and with a backpack that was almost bigger than he was, and grab his friend's hand and run down the sidewalk because he was so excited to get to school. We got to see our child blossom.
Not only did he learn to talk, and that was important, but he did it with his confidence intact, and that's a true gift.
I think one of the great things about the parish school is they celebrate every child. It's just a really supportive environment, like a fun place to come and learn. As the board president of the parish school, it gives me a unique opportunity to return some of my skills in regards to finance and accounting and help the parish school in that regard.
As an instructor, I have learned so much from these incredible kids that we teach.
The staff is as concerned about your child as you are as a parent, which is really saying something. It's just very clear that the people who work here it's not just a job, it's their calling.
And as the leader of this incredible team, again, I know that I still have so much to learn. There's so much out there, and we have such a wonderful mixture because we have this incredible multidisciplinary team, from educators, speech pathologists, occupational therapists, mental health professionals, that all work together and we all learn from one another.
I think they're very forward-thinking. I think having an open mind is an essential part of your mindset if you are going to be an effective teacher for kids who have learning issues. And I see that at Parish.
But the most important thing that I have learned is that if I'm not enjoying it, then I know they're not enjoying the learning experience. And that is what Parish School is all about, is to teach that love of learning and empower these kids to be as successful as they can be.
Hudson is at Holy Spirit Episcopal. He is in 3rd grade and is doing very well at Holy Spirit, but he actually does still come back to the the Parish School for Social Thinking. It's one of the additional programs that the Parish School has. He enrolled in it, and then within 3 months we saw a drastic change in his ability to interact with children his own age. So it's been a really great program that he's been involved with since he left Parish School, and it's really helped him in the transition to his mainstream school.
We're very pleased to say that that foundation, which the Parish School laid for our son, has produced some wonderful results. He went on to be valedictorian of his high school class, to graduate with honors from the University of Texas, and to get his MBA from Harvard. He currently works for the Boston Consulting Group. He lives in Dallas, is engaged to be married this summer, so we could not have been more grateful, and are to this day. We'll never repay the Parish School for what it did for us and for our son.
What would the world be like without music? Not very happy, kind of boring. You probably wouldn't hear anything. And your talent would be hidden if there was no music.
I remember the first time I asked them to just sing an aw, I was just like, wow. I had no idea that they could sing like that, because these are students with language and learning differences, so I wasn't sure if they could open their mouth or make the sound, but they could do it, and it sounded beautiful.
He was able to sing along with a lot of songs before he even knew what any of it meant, before he was able to talk or have a conversation.
Speaking is hard for some of these students, and it's very vulnerable to be singing. And so giving them that opportunity, they can start to build that self-esteem and understand, hey, I have control of this. I am a good person. I have all these cool things in me that I can share with other people. Music helps the children in every way possible.
The bells are really hard to hold. If you drop them, they change the sound.
So that takes your motor skill, the impulse control, not to play it whenever and wherever, to hold it when you need to play it, to play when you're pointed to.
Well, we can't just like use them as toys.
So making that connection, the eye contact, so important. Like one of them just kept staring at me and waited till I looked at him and then play. And then the recognition of, this is my note, so I know when my note follows pattern.
Well, I like that they have different sounds, and they well, mine is like a different color because mine's the only one that's black, and that's about it.
Most parents are like, oh, he has no impulse control. But if you put on a freeze and dance and freeze song, you just stop and go.
When the music stops, he's like,
They do have it. They just choose not to freeze when they're told because they don't want to. And then to know, hey, I'm part of the whole group sound, so I need to watch out for my surroundings. So they understand, okay, so I'm one note out of all of it. If I don't play, something's gonna go amiss, and they're gonna miss my note. So I better make sure I'm listening and playing.
I like the sounds, how it sounds graceful.
If we all play when we're supposed to, we're gonna make one beautiful song.
I think it really sounds beautiful.
So they're, wow, learning a lot of new concepts all through music. I'm happy with the sound that comes out, and I'm just proud, very proud.
What keeps us connected is our appreciation for what this school does, the incredible forward thinking.
These very bright kids with learning differences have taught me that patience is very important.
Kids like ours weren't going to make it go into therapy 3 or 4 times a week for an hour.
That we will all get there, maybe not in the same way, but each one of these children will get to their success point according to their own path.
Our son right now is involved in a fundraising effort in connection with the 30th year anniversary.
I would like to have an endowment where that we can allow other children to come here. We already give a significant amount away in scholarships, but I'd like to be able to give more.
I see in the next 30 years an enlarged campus with more classrooms, with more space at Caruth Center, and a dedicated fine arts building to house our incredible fine arts program.
Sort of soundproof music room where the music playing won't interrupt something else that's going on next door. But a nice upright piano, some new, maybe a drum set, maybe even a little auditorium. It will be incredible. It's so important at the elementary school level that they are given the opportunity to perform, because we as teachers and parents and friends are their first audience.
In the next 30 years, I would love to see our professional development program turn into a professional training program.
I mean, our staff are already a huge resource. They're already selected to go and speak all over the nation on different topics, and I think that we're going to see that broaden.
We are growing our own educators, speech pathologists, occupational therapists, mental health professionals, and using our own program to grow our own professionals.
Our staff are going to be a huge resource to help others implement the same model in places all over the world.
I see an expanded preschool program, which is our strength. That's where we know we really make a difference. It's our best bang for our buck.
There are people like Robin that make huge differences. We all miss her greatly, but there's an incredible legacy out on Hammerly to her accomplishments and her life. Once you come here, I don't think you ever leave.
It's like leaving home.
It was a wonderful, wonderful memory now that we look back upon it.
I'm so excited to be here.
It's just a special place.
And it has been a wonderful ride.
Ring them bells for 30 more years.
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 Ring them down for 30 more years.